Edition of the Weekly Buff, and we got Anthony and Sarah here with our 2007 911, and that's referred to as
the 997.
The 997, right? So over to my left, we've got the company, which is called a 99.1, which is a 2016. But if you look at the design and the headlights, it's classic. I mean, since the 70s, the 911, right, has been very similar in design, and as it evolves, it always keeps that character. And so, Anthony, go and tell the Weekly Buff people, how did you find us, and what was the process when we first started this conversation? What did we figure out we needed to do?
Well, I looked online for a lot of vendors in Vegas. I was trying to find somebody that was very good with the black. His name had come up quite a few times, and I had found him while doing research on Steve Wynn's black cars and a couple other people that had said something about those cars. So I brought it to him so that I could get an overview before it got painted.
And what did we figure out when you first pulled it in the shop? What did I tell you?
It was, the paint was okay, but it wasn't good.
So in other words, what we established is that the front nose, the hood, the bumper had a lot of rock chips and road rash, but there was other damage around the car that we identified. And so what I told him was, I think it's a good idea that you go see Kyle at Industry Auto Collision. He's a good friend of ours, and get a quote on painting the whole car if you're going to keep it, and then doing paint protection film. Like you guys saw in the LaFerrari video, we Ppf the whole entire car, and that's what we're doing on Anthony's car because it's going to stay in the family. But we had to do some polishing and prep after it came back from Kyle's. We've got the headlights off, we've got the door sills, the door handles, because the goal here, Anthony, is to make it look like it has no plastic on it, right?
Correct.
And we did it on the LaFerrari, and we're going to do it on his car. So guys, stay tuned for this Weekly Buff. We'll talk to Anthony when we're done, and we'll get his final reaction. Stay tuned.
It's game time and I'm up one.
How many bottles of product? So we're about building relationships. So Amatina, Glossy, are the fastest growing brands for detailing products, chemicals, and coatings in the world. Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Weekly Buff, and this week we get a special guest, a 2000 Porsche 911. Now guys, this customer was very specific, and they wanted a full body PPF wrap because they wanted every panel to be like a cocoon for years to come. They plan on keeping this car for life. And to do this, some of the pieces you'll see here in the video were cut with a CAD design to be a perfect fit. But then some pieces, in order to get seamless, we had to bulk cut. Now Max and the team and Josh and V did a great job working on this, and the attention to detail took us over a week. We had to remove the door handles, the door panels, the mirrors, the rubber gaskets and seals. As you guys can see in the video, that it's really critical that we have a dust-free environment, and that's super difficult when you're working in an environment like a detail shop where there can be a lot of dust and buffing. But step by step, these guys didn't take any shortcuts. My crew, I'm super proud of them. They went through a meticulous process of prepping and making sure that the film was 100% in quality. We had to replace several pieces on here that didn't meet our standards.
We are prepping to lay some PPF on the door right here. We took off the door handle so that we can get a nice seamless install.
Speak a little louder.
Nice seamless install right in here, and then also we are gonna take off the weather strip so we can tuck it underneath here.
So we got no mirrors, no door handles, no weather stripping. So we want to make it look seamless. So we got one of our new proteges here.
Hey.
That's Yi. He talks a lot, but on camera he freezes up. Don't worry, just come down here in person, ask for Yi, and he'll come out and he'll talk your head off, right, Yi?
Yeah.
So Max is working on the Porsche 911 this morning. He's got the hood done, the fenders, the doors. Now he's working on the bumpers.
Yep.
The front bumper,
Yep.
not the rear bumper.
Front bumper.
And he's used Dawn detergent,
Yep.
which is liquid soap. And the reason he uses it is because he wants to make sure any oils or any type of residue is off, so that when we put the PPF down, we get proper adhesion or bond with paint protection film. If you guys don't know what PPF is out there, it's a top coat urethane plastic that sits on top of the clear coat of your vehicle, and the purpose of it is to stop rock chips or heavy damage to the front. It's pretty popular. It also helps the resale value of the vehicle. So Max is using a detail brush with soap to clean all the cracks and crevices, make sure it's dust free, oil free. Super important that he does this because the prepping really makes a difference in the PPF installation. Max will be doing classes this year, soon to be announced what the dates will be. But Max, we're already getting a bunch of requests, emails and phone calls of when is Max going to start the PPF classes.
Yeah.
Right now he's training up V. V is one of our new team members here at Glossit. He's training him up. He needs 2 more guys before he can actually start doing classes so the production doesn't slow down. How's it going, Maxwell? You grew, man. Look how tall you are.
Woo!
Oh, you're cheating. Look at the stool.
6'7", dog. Would this be like 6'7"?
What do you think, He's still short? Now it's time to start putting the car back together, and Max and I are gonna start on getting the headlights and the turn signals on the front nose installed, and then we're gonna go to the door mirrors and door sills and then door handles. Now guys, this is part of making the job look phenomenal, and we've set the standard here in Las Vegas for PPF installation, paint correction, and ceramic coating. It's super important you guys take the time to set expectations with the customer when you walk the vehicle, so they're clear about what it's going to look like and what the outcome is going to be. All right, guys, we are finally wrapping up the PPF job with Maxwell on the 2007 911. He's putting in the headlights back in. It's kind of cool how this works with Porsche design. You basically just clip them in, and then we got a bolt behind here with a special tool they give you that helps suck the lens back in, right, Max?
Yep. Should just pop it in. You gotta get the angle right, though.
Got the angle right. Now he's going to take the tool, secure it in.
This just kind of sits. Just get it out of here. Oop, wrong way.
What this does, it actually turns it, and then it sucks it in, and it locks it.
There we go.
I need it to be out in the sun for at least a week every day. I don't care if it gets dusty, dirty, okay? Because the film has condensation in different areas, you can't see it, but it starts to shrink. We've been doing it on and off, trying to get it outside. Okay. So I need to see the car in 2 weeks, but I need it outside for a week.
Okay.
Okay? Don't wash it. You can use the detail spray. I'm going to give you the towels, but don't wash it. Okay? Max is here to go over. Hey Max, will you look at that door? There's something in the door below the handle real quick. I mean, look at this paint. To get film like this perfect, you saw the LaFerrari we did, it's really, really difficult, right? I had him, I double checked this.
That's the new one?
Yep, brand new. Okay. And it handles back in. Some things that he has to go over, I'm gonna go over that when I'm done with you after we're off the camera, that I want him to touch up, and he already knows, we already talked about it. Okay, there's some adjustment on that door there I want to see. Okay. So I've already gone over stuff with him. He said he's cool, he's gonna get it done. He said he needs about 2 hours with it.
Okay.
Just to adjust all the little stuff right now. So guys, it's reveal time. We're with Anthony and his wife. So what do you guys think of the final product? This is like what, 2 weeks almost?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
And so tell the weekly fans, what is when you walked up on the car, what was your first reaction?
It was nice. It was very shiny, very glossy. I was surprised. I think it looks very good. happy with the.
So what was one of the things you just told me that you like that you don't see what?
Any lines?
The lines.
No lines.
There's no lines, no tape lines, no PPF lines, no nothing. It looks just slick.
So that's a difference between a professional install, like with Josh and Max and the guys do, versus a normal guy, right? Because they try to cut corners, right? And they do it because they're trying to get a price point for the customer, and the customers, they're pushing them into a corner.
Right.
Well, we don't allow you to do that. We tell you, hey, if you want it done right and this is your expectation, this is what it's going to take and this is what it's going to cost.
Right.
You know? So another job down in the books. We typically don't do a lot of full body. You've seen us do some full body,
Right.
but normally the price that we charge to do it, most people don't want to pay.
Right.
But you're keeping this car for how long?
Forever.
So you're going to hand it down the family. Guys, it's another weekly buff. I hope you enjoy it. So go ahead in the bottom of the box, leave a comment. Be sure to follow. We'll see you next week. Stay tuned and be sure to like or subscribe or ring the bell if you like this video. We'll see you next week.